Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the Creative Writer Podcast by Alex, and that's me. I'm going to talk about my editor experience today. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but first of all, I was happy with the experience. It was expensive, but it was worth it. And I'm, you know, I don't, I don't spend my money on nothing easily. So it was kind of hard to use almost 2,000 euros for editor, but it was definitely worth it because, well, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But first I want to say all my information is once again in the episode description. So follow me on social media, check out my mailing list, subscribe to my mailing list, check out my website. If you are watching this late, I already might have my book out. I don't even know when this is coming out actually. So it's August now. This could be coming out in September. Not sure. We'll see. But anyway, to the point. So my editor experience, my editor was excellent. First of all, or at least, she gave me critique. My manuscript wasn't perfect when I sent it to her, and well, obviously, no book is ever going to be perfect. There's only always going to be flaws, especially because reading is so subjective, So, but yeah, it came out, great. I was so happy with, her line and copy edits, and she also provided me feedback with, about the story and where she was feeling like I should add a little bit more or a little bit less. Like, for example, she shared that there could be a little more accent and some things could be a little more clear for the reader. So yeah, I agreed with her because I had spent almost maybe 3.5 months away from the manuscript, and that really opened my eyes. So that helped me to finish all the edits. But yeah, she was a great help, and even when she gave me critique, it was constructive, and it wasn't like for example, when I was looking for an editor, one of those, I didn't hire this editor that I'm talking about right now, but one of the editors was basically telling me that I'm a horrible writer or something, when others were on the other hand telling me that there's some repetitive paragraphs, but nothing that couldn't be fixed. So yeah, find an editor that has the same style as you. I ended up finding a great one in the end, but the first editor I ever contacted was the worst. I'm so happy I didn't hire her, and she didn't even want to work with me, and I didn't want to work with her, so perfect. But anyway, enough about that. I was supposed to talk about my editor that I ended up hiring, and she was excellent. She was, even when she gave me critique when I had done something there were some sentences even in there that were kind of dumb, and I was like, what was I thinking? Even though I've edited it, I don't know how many drafts I have of it, but somehow some sentences had slipped. So yeah, she was great. She pointed all of those out. And even when she didn't call me stupid or anything, even though I felt stupid when I was reading it myself, but she was honestly great. Her criticism was inspiring, and if you can get an editor who's even the worst things she or he has to tell you, even if those are inspiring, I think they are doing a great job. That's at least what I think, and that's my experience with my editor. She was excellent. She was brilliant. Yeah, I'm so happy with how I spent my money, because it wasn't just the book that was edited in the process. I also grew as an author. I learned more as an author. So it wasn't just about the book, it was also a learning experience. And that's what I think working with an editor should be like. It should be more than just this one book. You should be able to grow as an author, as a writer especially. So yeah, that's why I think even some people say editors are expensive. They do a lot of work, by the way, so I don't think they are actually that expensive. And then on the other hand, it's not just a book, it's also a learning experience. And people pay like 500 easily for a course. So let's say you get a like polished book in the end, but you also get a learning experience that could cost you a ton of money if you didn't get it through your editor. So that's at least what I think, and that's my experience with my editor. I hope your experiences with your past editors have been as great, or even even nearly as great. And I hope your future experiences with editors are going to be just as great, because honestly, yeah. One thing, by the way, just a tip for those of you who are looking for editors and are, if you haven't hired an editor before something, ask for sample edit. Then you know what you are going to get from your editor, especially with like copy edits and line edits. So yeah, ask for a sample edit, so your styles match. I obviously asked for a sample edit, and it was great. And I knew what to expect. I got even better what I was expecting. So yeah, but like, yeah, as you can see, or as you can hear, my experience with my editor was great. She was professional, she was inspiring, and she also helped me grow as a writer, but also make my manuscript, my book, so much better. It's like in the time from like in like 6 months, let's say, it has changed drastically. Even though the main events have stayed the same, it has changed drastically. And even I don't know if I have spoken about this, but I have still 2 readers go through it, and just to make sure that everything works, now that I added some edits, and they're also going to like be looking for if there's any typos or anything that was missed out, so they're kind of helping me proofread it too. So yeah, that's wonderful. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Actually, now that it's August, 2 more readers are going to go through it, and I'm going to format it, and yeah, we're going to go from there. But my edit was great, and I can't believe how far this story has come. From like originally starting it, I was thinking like it was a month before the pandemic broke out, like globally, and I just started writing. I wrote the first draft nearly like most of it I wrote in like less than a month, and then the pandemic broke out. Then I was like, I wasn't actually inspired to write in the beginning of the pandemic, when all you could do was basically sit at home. I wasn't that inspired. I was quite drained, from the creative perspective. But I got through that. I ended up finishing the first draft, and it's been, I think I finished the first draft a little over a year ago, but then I rewrote it. Like it didn't change that drastically, but I added more and cut some when they were, sorry, during NaNoWriMo 2020. So that was like last November. So yeah, but since then, even after that, I edited, then better readers, and then more editing, and yeah, I can't believe how far this story has come. And I'm not going to say it's all thanks to my editor, but a lot of it thanks to my editor. And she helped me a lot with like, she gave me some tips on like, actually, I don't know if she gave me how you, yeah, actually, she gave me even tips on like character arcs and world building. Especially like like small side characters. She helped me a lot with those, and also, you know, some like world building aspects that she didn't feel were clear enough for, you know, readers. Even though some of my beta readers were fine with it, I still think it doesn't, you know, hurt to add more detail when it's not too much. So, you know, find that, you know, balance. But yeah, now I'm just rambling, but as you can see, my experience was great. I definitely think every self-published author should hire an editor, because it's not just about the book, it's also about your learning experience as a writer and growing as a writer. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Obviously it costs a lot. I went and got a job to pay for it. But yeah, I'm happy with, you know, my editor. So yeah, if you find a great editor, hire her or him. Yeah, now I'm going to stop. Once again, all my information is in the episode description, so check it out and subscribe to my mailing list and so on. But yeah, thank you so much for watching or listening, and thank you for being here. I hope you will stick around and follow the podcast or subscribe if you are on YouTube. Yeah, thank you so much. Happy writing creatives. Bye.